How can you achieve your full potential? What's up? It's Eric J. Olson. I recently had a conversation with Jake, who works at Array Digital. He's our creative director, and we are both very active in exercise. So for me, I'm training for a triathlon. For him, he is doing ultra distance runs. So these are like 50-mile plus runs. And we were talking during a one-on-one, and look, we have one-on-ones. A lot of it's confidential. I'm not going to reveal anything confidential, of course, but we did have a part of the conversation that had to do with exercise, which I've had with other people in normal situations. And so I wanted to kind of relay part of that here. And the thing is, whenever you have a goal, you always, at least I do, and I would assume you do as well, you always want to achieve your full potential in whatever it is that you do. So, like when I was a kid and I was a skateboarder, I wanted to be the best skateboarder in the world, right? When we started like skating on a half pipe, I wanted to be the best half pipe skater in the world, right? I didn't quite achieve it, but I also wasn't putting in the effort. As time has gone on, as I've gotten older and I've taken on some, new challenges, like say triathlon training, I want to achieve my full potential. Now, I'm under no delusions that I'll be the best in the world, but I want to achieve my full potential. And I know that I have a ton of potential when it comes to that, the athletic training, but I also have a ton of potential in other things. You know, I have I achieved my full potential as a husband? No, I haven't. Have I achieved my full potential as a father? No, I haven't. If I was trying to do that, then I would see, I'd take my kids out to lunch every single day. And that doesn't happen because I'm balancing a lot of different things. Have I achieved my full potential in this business? No. So there's a balance that that is required. But what's challenging as an individual is, on the one hand, you want to achieve your full potential in whatever it is that you're doing, but you also have to balance that with all of your other priorities. And so it's really easy for me, at least. I don't know about you, but for me, it's very easy for me to get obsessed with something. And it's usually one or two things at a time that I get obsessed with, and I want to go deep down a rabbit hole on that, and I want to be the best that I can be. Again, I'm not under any delusions that I'll be the best in the world, but I want to be the best that I can be, and I know that there's always a ton of potential there. And so let's just use triathlon training as an example, and for ultra running. Like I would love to have a really low time and be super fast when it comes to triathlon. For Jake, he wants to be a very fast, long distance runner, but it requires so much energy and time commitment to actually get to your full potential. And a lot of times you don't even know if you've achieved your full potential. You may know that you've done better, but you always think, I could do even better than that if I just practice more. The problem is you start to neglect those other things in your life. Just this morning, I was talking to a triathlete. This is a person who goes overseas and does triathlons, like big triathlons, where he's maybe only one of a handful of Americans going to some foreign country. And he told me that once he got into Ironman competitions, which is the full length triathlon, it just totally consumed his day. He would ride on his bike for 6 hours and then he'd run for 2 or 3 hours. And when he was done with all that on a Saturday, he'd be like, what happened to my Saturday? It's gone. Like his whole day was put into practice. I don't know if I'm willing to do that. And so there's a balance. And that's what Jake and I talked about is, frankly, how to balance the pursuit of obtaining your full potential and how to balance that with a balanced life. And, like some people have to make a decision. I mean, actually, I think everybody has to make a decision, or you don't decide, you just do. But in that case, you've actually made a decision. You know, do you want to be the best, or do you want to have a balanced life, or is there something in the middle? I would imagine most of us settle for something in the middle. We need balance, but it's a tough thing to admit. I need balance in my life, and especially for me. It's very easy to go down a rabbit hole. Hey there, it's Erik J. Olson. I wanted to let you know about my book, $1 Million Journey: how to launch a 7-figure business. This is the story of what it took for me to go from freelancer with no clients, no employees, no revenue, to growing $1 million business. It took me 8 years, and I made a lot of mistakes. And all of those mistakes, and more importantly, lessons learned, are in this book. And we have chapter takeaways, 5 to 15 takeaways that you could apply right now to your business. Check it out on Amazon, $1 Million Journey by me, Erik J. Olson.